Welcome to another episode.
Mic disconnected. So before
I
I click record. Before I clicked record, guys, yeah, I said my mic's been cutting out lately, and it happened immediately. So apologies, audio listeners. As you can hear the laughs, I'm joined by Chris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Hopefully, there's no more further mishaps. I'm going to try to stay very still with the mic. But we're here to review the Brazilian Grand Prix, another sprint weekend, and another win for Lando Norris, who is edging closer to a title in Formula One. But we've got a lot to get through, a lot action-packed weekend. But before we get started, follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please leave a nice review, give us 5 stars. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get started. Raj, what's your headline of this weekend? What's the biggest thing to come out of this weekend? It was action packed. We're gonna go over everything, but what's your key takeaway?
Key takeaways. Lando Norris now has one solid hand on that championship. Like, it's quite comfortable right now.
Who would have thought you would have said that at summer break?
Hey, I was the one that was saying, that was doing the whole, he could, if he does the Vettel thing, he could do it. I said,
we got to talk about this because we've been doing this since summer break. Yeah, we always have to talk about the Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, who wins the title. Yeah, you're saying it's Norris that's done.
I think it's basically it's in Norris's hands, because obviously excluding Vegas, because Vegas is Vegas. All he has to do is not be rubbish. So P2s in Qatar and Abu Dhabi, and he's over the line. You don't have to win. You just have to not be rubbish. But you have to drive the way he's been driving. I think he's a lesson of basically you have to get into a fight for a championship before you're ready to win championships.
He's put himself in a situation where he's got a 24-point lead. There's 3 races remaining, plus a sprint. One of these races, neither McLaren or Red Bull are favourites to win. It's probably Mercedes at Vegas. If Mercedes win in Vegas, that is a nightmare for Piastri and Verstappen because that's less points on the board. You know what I'm saying? Available. And then you got Qatar and you got AD. The Norris is a demon in AD. Even if he's not trying, he's going to end up on the podium. And Qatar, things could flip there. Who knows? Especially with this tire thing that's happening, with the pressure in the tires, and that's a DNF possibility there. But it's a case of somebody that's been a podium merchant all season has to just carry on being a podium merchant, and he wins the title. So he doesn't even need to win. Because we were speaking about, okay, Norris has to win in the last 6-7 races. He has to get two, 3 wins to get this wrapped up. He's got 2 solid wins, and the other 2 were even in P2. Oscar hasn't had a P2 since a certain man called CK is alive. He ain't had a podium since then. Which was Quayback.
Yeah, the podium since bloody hell, since Monza.
Yes. We is now the 10th of the 11th as of recording. He had a podium since Monza. He had a race win since Zandvoort. This is, and people will compare. Listen, yeah, Oscar was fantastic at the beginning part of the season, and he was doing what he needed to do. And now it's just falling apart. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Because people could say sabotage here, there, blah, 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 right? And that's fair. Look, maybe I'll be biased because I'm a McLaren fan, right? And I would never think that my team would sabotage a driver. But nobody's asking this guy to clot in the wall. That's got nothing to do with sabotage. He's sabotaging the team and cost cap because he's clotting it in the wall on multiple occasions. And you're dropping points. So now, like, what, three P5s in a row? What do you think his chances are of winning the title right now? He's 24 points back. He's got a slim margin of error right now.
Very low, because this weekend for me was the weekend to basically turn around and go, okay, he's got a chance. This was it. This was the weekend that was going to tell everyone who's like outside of acts from God, who's like ready to win the championship. Because it's like, okay, you've gone Qatar and Mexico. They didn't agree with your driving style, whatever. Cool. Brazil was like supposed to be like the normal track. Plus Qatar and Abu Dhabi. These were supposed to be like your track where you have a chance. He hasn't delivered. And yeah, not looking good.
I was actually debating this. Is this worse than 2010 Weber?
No. Because people don't understand that Weber in 2010, that crashing career.
Yeah, but that's only one thing.
No.
When I think about 2010, I think the crashing career, right? We're looking at multiple things now for Oscar.
No. But you see in AD, yeah, Weber in AD had a stinker as well.
That was a strategy thing, though.
It was he was doing a bit of grading and just said, "I give up," and just boxed.
He did the first part of the weekend correctly, man. I feel like AD is too harsh on Weber. I watched that back.
I watched it back. That's one of my favorite races.
And they weren't. Alonso or Weber were not looking at Vettel. They're dumb in that race. Them entering that race, they wasn't even thinking about Vettel. I'm telling you right now, they was not thinking. They were thinking about each other. You know what I'm saying? If we look at Weber, so what are we talking about? So let's say from Monza. So Monza, let's say Monza for Piastri. Monza, Baku. What's after Baku? Singapore, Qatar, Mexico, Brazil. Right. So this is six races. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weber was still podiuming when it came to clutch time in 2010. If we look at it, like let's say from Hungary, yeah, you got one in Hungary, yeah, then you got P2 with a pole. Then you got P6, P3, P2, retirement in Korea, P2, and then what happened in AD. This brother's not even podium. Piastri's not even near the podium, bro.
I will say, let's exclude Singapore because Singapore has.
And he's going against real hoopers. He's fighting for. He's going against guys that are better than him, 100%.
Yeah.
Alonso's better than him. What's the name? Hamilton was better than him. Even Button, who had a long distance shot, Vettel was better than him. He's fighting with dogs that are faster than him, just generally faster than him. He's got Norris and a Verstappen that was nowhere anyway in the points.
I think the thing is, yeah, how can I say it best?
And Weber didn't have a 34-point lead.
I don't know, because I think, you know, do you know what's funny, yeah? And I say this, I repeat, the worst thing that happened to Oscar Piastri this season was Lando Norris's engine blowing up in Zandvoort.
Why is that?
It just shifted the whole dynamic. Lando was in I don't care mode.
And he was like, I got this. The pressure mounted on Piastri because he's like, I got a shit point. I got 31-point lead, bro. Or 34-point lead.
It's not even like, oh, there's like 2 races to go. Because we saw this with Look at Button in 2009. That second part of the season where he had the big points gap and he was just hanging on, fighting for his life. Barrichello was winning races. This guy was fighting for his life.
But with Piastri though, it's like it's not like he stopped trying. That wouldn't that be your trigger? If you had a 34-point lead, your teammate's engine is just blowing up. Wouldn't that be your trigger? Like, oh, let me chill out for a bit now. Are you saying it went the other way and he started trying too hard? Try to wrap it up. Because Baku's trying too hard.
Yeah, because he just basically was thinking of he wanted to manage the decline. So he's basically go like, if I pick up one win and a couple of P2s, I should get it over the line. It should be all right. But then Monza happened. He was like, that's a bit annoying.
Monza, the thing was with Monza, he got out qualified and he got dunked on in the race.
No, the thing, he was content. He was
content with P3. Let me stack this.
Yeah, he was content, but then because of the way that he ended up back in P3, that's what annoyed him. He kind of like, he's like, oh, well, this is just dumb. Like, but then I go and look at Baku that was him on him. Singapore, we know what happened. We know his thought process, and it's like, then obviously by Qatar, his head was already gone.
No, but when it got to Qatar, Mexico, maybe he was thinking, I need to do damage limitation because I'm going to Qatar, Mexico, and I know I'm not good. And I need to bank some points before I go. I've got this buffer for that period.
Yeah, I think he was looking at Baku as like the one he's gonna win.
Yeah. That's why he was doing win it or bin it. And he binned it twice. So you're saying that engine blow up effed him up completely?
Yeah, because
his rhythm.
It flopped his rhythm and it freed Lando. Because Lando was under pressure. So the pressure was there to catch man. That engine blew up. He said, F it, but it is what it is at this point.
Because Lando was keeping it close them times. It was only about 5-point difference or whatever.
Yeah. It was a small gap. And it's like every race felt like a finale for both drivers. It changed where Lando was in, I don't care because the gap is that big.
Yeah.
Oscar was in. And then when you add
maybe Lando was in the same mode what Verstappen was in. Verstappen didn't care.
Yeah, Verstappen didn't care.
And he went on that little run. But what about Verstappen's chances? Are we saying 0.0001% now?
1%. 1%. It's put this way: when he didn't win in Mexico, he didn't win here. Like he needed to win to apply the pressure. That was just like, whatever, man.
What was it's so funny because what was the narrative when Max won Kota? Like, it's between him and Piastri. Norris was completely ignored, bro. In all narratives, in all media, in any content creator, F4 reporters, anything, he was completely ignored. He's like, this is between Oscar and Max now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the very next two races is Norris that's dunking. Maybe that's even eased the pressure even more because he's like, media's not even talking about me. I'm not even considered.
Yeah. He took the lessons from last year. He's now put himself in a good mental space. People are not talking about him. He's gotten good with the car. He's like, everything's gotten sweet for him.
And we're at a bunch of tracks that he's already good at.
Yeah.
But who would have thought we would have seen a weekend like this here at Brazil? Number P1 in practice one, pole in sprint quali, and let's talk about that gift that he got in the sprint race. Lando playing Mario Kart in these streets, right? I've got a first question for you. If a lot of drivers, there was a wet patch on, I think it was exit turn 3.
Yeah.
Exit turn 3. So exit turn 3.
Then-
Sprint race, I think it was like 6 laps in. It rained heavily in the morning, and it was just a drying track. Everybody was still on dry tyres. A couple of drivers went out. They touched that wet patch that was supposedly opened by Lando when he hit the curb. And I got a question for you. Is this unlucky or skill issue?
Both. So I will say, because it's funny, because this happens a couple of times with Lando. He does something a bit like silly or cheeky, and people behind him just crash. I remember when George crashed in Singapore, Lando kissed
follow his line.
He's following his line. He's following his line. So Lando kissed the wall, George just smacked it. It was straight flirting v harassment against the wall, bro.
No, but it's like, but he's basically saying you can't do what I do. That's what he's basically saying. He's like, I skim the wall. Don't copy me. You get me? I'm gonna F you up. Do you think it was intentional? Obviously, that's the big brain IQ thing. Because this is like what Mansell was saying when he tried to, like, what did he do back in the day? When he tried to claim something like he was putting all like the dirty air and stuff like that. He's doing stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
To F people up, basically, yeah. I don't think he did that on purpose.
No. I don't think he put the water on the truck on purpose, anything of the sort. I think, like, because the funny thing is, a couple of men buckled. I feel like Oscar went a bit wider than he normally did, because, you know, these men are getting comfortable. They're getting cocky. They're trying to push the limits. They're like, oh, I'm feeling good.
But didn't he clock Antonelli? Antonelli's bare wide. Did he not think? Antonelli ducked out of the way, you know? The second it happened, he was nowhere near it. The second he saw it, he's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, but obviously he could see that. Oscar can't see what Lando did.
Oscar could see what Antonelli did, though. He could see that. Why is Antonelli going so wide on that corner, on the curb, away from the curb? He jinked out the way. But obviously, other drivers, Max caught it.
Yeah, Max caught it. But that's Max.
Russell didn't even go near the curb.
Again, Russell was in I'm not trying mode. He was in I'm ass, but I'm not gonna bend the car.
Then Hulkenberg went into the wall.
That's, to me, when you get back to like, Hulkenberg is unlucky, but a bit more skill issue. And then Colapinto was just full on skill issue, because he was crashing before he even got to that curb.
I actually haven't seen the replay of Colapinto.
Bro, Colapinto was.
I've seen Colapinto in the wall, but I've not seen him when he reached that curb.
Bro, he was all over the place. That was just skill issue. And it's like, the worst part is it was double yellow flags at that point anyway. So why are you crashing on the double wave yellow flags?
Yeah, but when you're on the top of turn 1, you could see, you could see Oscar in the wall, bro. Was he not thinking, what's going on over there? And you could see another car spinning off.
I don't know, man.
So with Oscar, it's less of a skill issue. It's just unlucky.
It's still a skill issue, but there's a good amount of unlucky there.
He said himself skill issue.
Yeah, because he has to say that. If you say, I was unlucky, the media like wolves, they smell blood. If you just go say, yeah, it's a skill issue, like they'll be like, he's taking it well. We know what these men are on.
The media are sick, man. They're sick, man. They say, take accountability, or we're gonna cook you. We're gonna cook you in every headline. You're finished. Yeah. But a gift for Lando Norris. Absolutely 0 points for him when it was -1 and he was already on the back foot. And I think there was another situation that I think happened in that sprint race. I think it was quite normal. I think Lando had to push a bit harder than he had to, because Kimi was giving him some issues. Tires went off, obviously red flag. Had to go onto the softs, which I don't really agree with. I don't know why they went on softs. But yeah, a lot of people realized, okay, these tires ain't doing what we need to do. Our skid flanks are not doing what we need to do. We need to make some changes for real qualifying. But there was another skill issue, and it's the hometown boy Gabriel brought it to it. What do you think of his mega crash? Because it looked insane. His car looked like sardine.
Bro, it's a good thing he didn't hit Albon. It's a good thing he's okay. But right now, he's in the school of Barrichello, Sao Paulo experience, not the Senna or Felipe Massa Sao Paulo experience.
Yeah.
Like, bro. And also, it adds
His DRS was open as well.
It adds to my theory that he is not good in those conditions. Because
what's this theory? What's this theory?
Every time it's like a bit wet or damp, Bortoletto's gonna bin it.
In Silverstone, the nasty work.
Silverstone was just like, he ruined everyone that started on the dry tire start because of that crash.
The man that took the risk when they boxed, like Leclerc and Russell.
Yeah. So he ruined their bit. In Australia, he had a skill issue moment. But obviously, where they're going, it's first race, you're rookie, like you let it go. But it's been a couple of times where in these conditions, it's not looking good. But we'll keep an eye out. But yeah, man.
I think maybe sometimes when you race in front of your home crowd for the first time, you just get amped up too much and it looks spooky, man. Like Antonelli when he went Imola. It was just
no.
The lights were bright, man.
No. I'm not letting Mercedes get away with what they've done. Because they introduced a rear suspension upgrade that made the car worse and harder to drive. And he was fighting for his life. And then as soon as pardon?
He was in the gravel, man.
Yeah, but as soon as they took the suspension off, he started getting good results. So
yeah, but they're treating him like he's a big man. They're not doing this rookie thing. This weekend he's shone.
Yeah,
look at him in the sprint. Look at him in the sprint quality. Look at him in the sprint race.
Yeah, but look, that's the whole point. Because the car is in like a good space again. They messed up the car, but no one's talking about it. Because in the European season, Mercedes were the fourth best car comfortably. If you ignore Canada, which was an outlier, that man were ass.
True. So they found their way again. I don't think they wasn't as quick as I thought they were going to be on the weekend. They were quick at the beginning, especially sprint race. Sprint race was there for Antonelli to take, man. George didn't want it. He went around.
He took the weekend off. He was not good.
It's my day off.
Everyone's allowed one. Everyone this season has had.
I thought George takes his day off in Kota. That's his number one day off for the last couple of years.
There's something about him in North America is very weird. It's either cook sessions or he's complete and utterly ass. And I can't work it out.
Boy, absolutely scary situation. I don't think he had the measure of Antonelli, not even once, not even for a moment. Not even for a moment. Not in the sprint, not in sprint quali, not in the race. Especially in qualifying. Let's speak about qualifying. Lando Norris pole position. Antonelli again P2. Right at the death. Right at the death. What do you think Antonelli's?
Did you see the video of them swapping the P2 and P3 signs?
Yeah, they stripped it off Leclerc immediately. They're like, no, remove.
Bro,
Loki landed at aura because he's like, I'm pulling out to one. I don't care. Before even got to the line, I was like, nah, I'm pulling up.
No, the part that killed me, was the fact that they put it there, and then they didn't show the camera shot of like Leclerc next to the P3 sign because the man was still putting it away. So
they kept the camera shot of one.
They kept the camera shot on one, and then had the man just walking around, swapping the signs. I was like, don't kill me. The guy's just swapping the signs, isn't it? And then as soon as the sign swap was done, it was prepped. They showed everything again. They're like, oh, yeah, I know what you were doing.
That little quick swap. I think we'll have to talk about the first incident. which was having used knee sliding. Max Verstappen out in Q1 on pure pace. Let me know what was running through your mind when you saw that.
Bro, I slid up, I said championship number 5 in the toilet. I said, yeah, these man reek. I was celebrating. Admittedly, it was too early to celebrate. The events that came on, it was too early to celebrate. But it gave me joy. Cause I was like, good riddance. But you're mute?
Right. I said he was still 2 attempts clear of Sonoda. Man's not even losing a quali head-to-head. And he went out on Q1. I was like, this is sick. I said, man didn't even get dunked on Sly. But at least Perez could out-qualify him sometimes, once in a blue moon. You get me?
Yeah. But this is it, man. You know. It's like, Yuki, you did well to get to Red Bull, but I think it's over, man.
But bro, you have to understand, yeah. Whoever they put in there, it's not going to look any better, bro. Because you didn't like what Perez was to look at. That's looking like caviar right now. Them Perez years is looking like caviar right now.
But my stance is, you have to be a top driver.
They're not going to do that. Because look who's driving for them, bro. It is Max Verstappen. Joss is there. Helmet is there. That's not running, bro.
Yeah, but okay, how can I put it best?
If Leclerc became on the market right now, they're not putting, and they said we're sacking Yuki Tsunoda, they're not even going to approach Leclerc, bro. They're not even going to give him a contract, bro. They would never.
Okay, do you know what it is, yeah?
This is why they wanted Norris, because they're like, we know Norris is very, 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 very quick, but he's not better than Verstappen. That's the range they want.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why they kept on trying to sign Norris. They tried to sign Norris like 5 times. They're like, we're trying to get this guy. Because they need someone that's quick, but that they can actually do setup and build the car around and help with Verstappen, but will never beat Verstappen in an equal car.
I know.
That's a very tiny category of driver.
Yes, but I also think that there is a sense of, I can say it best. How many man, yeah, in Red Bull, yeah, would you say this man is like a top 8 driver on the grid?
That drove for Red Bull.
Yeah, that was like Max's teammate.
Ricciardo.
Yeah, Ricciardo. Since then, it's man who are like 12th, 10th.
And Ricciardo, it got techie, yeah, because if Max slipped up even a little bit, if he had a little off weekend, Ricciardo was going to dunk his head.
Yeah.
And it weren't comfortable conversations. If Max had a tiny off weekend or if Ricciardo was on it, they didn't want to do that scenario.
Yeah. So
they already lived with that. They already lived that with Vettel and Webber. Because if Vettel had a stinker, guess what? Who's winning the race? Vettel or Webber. So they're not going to relive that, bro. They don't want to. They want somebody that's just, if Max qualifies P1, I need you P3. I need you P5. Initial years, guess who that was? That was Perez.
I'm going to say something. It's controversial. I think if there's a driver good enough to challenge Max, Red Bull will bin Max.
I would say that. I would agree. This is what they're hoping for. No, this is what I said, yeah. I said, if there's a junior driver they put in that seat, let's say all of a sudden Hadjar goes in that seat, yeah, Hadjar starts dunking on Verstappen. They're going to drop him like, Andy with Woody, bro. I don't want to play with you no more. Max is getting dropped, but like, you're not a priority anymore. We're done. If Hadjar starts to cook, obviously, I don't think Hadjar is going to cook. If there's somebody in there, is it Lindblad or anybody in the future, it could be some 12-year-old I'm cutting right now. If he cooks and he's insane, they'll. But the problem is, you would say that in previous years, yeah, but this thing between Helmut Marko and Verstappen and all that, that's more personal than any of the previous iterations, like Vettel and Ricciardo and stuff like that. There's something going on there. they would do something if they clocked that somebody was quicker, which is highly unlikely.
Yeah,
they're gonna try to put a muzzle on them. They might even drop him. But no, we're good.
but the thing is, they do that, and it's clear as day. It's over. It's over. As in, like,
Man said the sham is up. The jig is up.
no, the jig will be up. Everyone will just be like, we know what you are.
This is the problem. Yeah. This is the biggest risk to Max Verstappen is if he leaves Red Bull and goes to another team. Another team would not. They don't care. They'll put someone in the other seat, bro. Then it will get techie. But for now, Max's legacy is in stone. Look at this weekend. It looks like an all-time great drive. Obviously there's a significant gap margin in talent with him and the other drivers. But in this qualifying, obviously it's not a skill issue. We're just trusting, we're just joshing right now. But I don't know how a team goes P4 in qualifying and P5, P4, or was it P6? I can't remember. It's sprint quali. Sprint quali got P4 in the sprint race, and then they're like, "Oh, let's change this setup for something that we did." They did an experiment on Yuki in the sprint race, and ended up with going both cars out in Q1. Let's speak about these engineers because they've been stinking all year, bro.
They have, but I think the thing is, they made progress, but there's only like a certain limit that they can get to.
It's ghost progress, bro. I don't want to be a hater because they were already quicker than McLaren from day one in high speed. So when there's tracks that are high speed and straight line, you was already better than McLaren at the beginning of the season. McLaren has not even done any development in them areas.
Yeah,
they're just like, we're good.
I will compare it to, like, let's say Monaco to Singapore.
Monaco to Singapore, there was a period of time there, they stunk. Hungry. Not good.
Yeah.
Silverstone, they said that was the most inshallah thing I've ever seen in my life. And people are gonna be like, I see them all the time, these little minions online. Oh, Max had a Monza rear wing for Silverstone. Who chose that, bro? Who was part of that? So they could stat pad and quality.
No, it wasn't even stat pad quality. Do you know the funniest? That quality session, I'm telling you, that was the most angry I've ever been in.
No, but you have to understand that at the beginning of Q3 and the end of Q3, the first run, what I'm telling you, on mum's life, the wind changed crazy. Some vortex happened, bro.
Okay, fair enough. But like, my head was hot because I was.
And Max in like Maggins and Beckett's stuff. He was doing a mad thing from the jump.
No, I agree, but because people are like, yeah, what annoyed me the most about it was, because they're going, I was like, raw, Ferrari are quick. I was like, I don't think we're going to win the race, but they're going, it's a good, like, there's a chance of something. And then I see these men throw out yellow sectors and be behind George Russell. Man, it was hot, man. I was like, because George was nowhere.
Right. I'm telling you now, the weather changed completely. The weather was stable from Q1 all the way to the last run in Q3, and then the wind started doing a mad thing, changing directions. And all of a sudden, it was spitting. I don't know what was going on. So for that one, but what I'm trying to say is they've messed it up. Look at Hungary, they've messed it up in certain races. Monaco, they were not there. They were not about. Them men were not about. But when it came to the tracks that spoke to them, and spoke to their guard, they were close enough. They were close enough. They were there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there were certain races, let's say Japan and stuff, where like it's the fault of the drivers that are messing up in McLaren and stuff like that to allow these people to sneak in. Jeddah, if he doesn't get the penalty, he's gone. He wins the race.
Bro, I told everyone Jeddah was one of the Max Verstappen bottles, yeah, but people don't want to believe it because, Teflon PR, man, got the best PR on the grid. Fair enough. You've won 4
somebody tried to argue with me and said McLaren were the quickest car in Jeddah. I was like, no, bro. What are you talking about? The guy had a 5-second penalty. Guess what? He finished less than 5 seconds behind him. If he comes out of turn 1 in first and doesn't get the position back or doesn't take the penalty, he's winning the race, bro. We're not catching him.
It's a comfortable race victory, but it is what it is, man.
But he's been there or thereabouts, qualifying first stinker for years. So we'll be. I'll take it at ease. We'll celebrate. People that are Red Bull ops will celebrate these little stinkers. If you're Team LH, you only celebrated for a little bit because Q2 was a bit spooky, man. You got to tell me about Mr. Hamilton, man. This has not been a good season, man. Not
I am convinced that, like I said before the pod, before we start recording, Hamilton in Brazil is not looking good, bruv. Like,
is it like Hamilton in Monza, in Monaco? Because I'm telling you now, Hamilton's not good in Monaco. I'll tell you this.
Yeah, because it's like put it this way: when he wins, it's sensational. But if he's not winning, it's not looking good, bruv.
What if we look at the track record?
Look at 2019. What happened there? I finished behind the Toro Rosso and punted off Albon. That was not a good race.
And he got a penalty.
Yeah.
We got Carlos Sainz on the podium, bro. I'll never forget that.
So,
nighttime, we had to put him on the podium.
Like, we look at 2007, 2008, he was fighting for his life. Okay, 2012, he got punted off by Hulkenberg, but that one was acceptable. But I just look at it, I just go, off the top of my head, I'm like,
how many Brazil wins?
I think he's like 3 or 4.
Are we putting this in the Monaco category?
Yeah, it's like when you win, you're fantastic. But if you're not winning, it's not Silverstone. Silverstone, we know this brother's gonna show out. Like, we know he gains powers. Like, Silverstone, Hungary, we know Hamilton gains powers.
If it's Silverstone this year, obviously the McLaren was an alien. He beat the grid. He beat the grid up, bro. He was beating the grid up. The only thing that happened was that stupidness with the tires with Hulkenberg. He would have got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got his tracks and he ain't got his tracks. And we put in Brazil in the not his tracks.
It's not his
you
track.
Can't say that though, man. Team LH Brazil's coming for you, bro. They're gonna do prayer circle on your head top.
They can't do it against me, not my God. They'll lose. They will lose.
Man said, obrigado.
Bro, the thing is, yeah, I was there because I was like, when was the last time, yeah, Lewis Hamilton fans went to Brazil and it was a cook session? It was 2021. Okay, 2022 there's an asterisk because that was some nonsense. But 23, 24, last year was one of the most depressing Lewis Hamilton days ever.
And this Ferrari is not good. Look, we're seeing drivers getting thrown on the bus now. They said Hamilton. They said shut your mouth. They said Leclerc, shut your mouth. John Elkan's had enough. They must say you are employees, and people are not happy with it.
No, the rule. We know what rule number 1 of Ferrari is. You're not allowed to talk about Ferrari negatively into the public. So if you have problems with the engineers, you go to Elkan's office and say, these engineers are acting bummy, remove them. Or speak to the engineers and go, this ain't it. You speak publicly.
So they say privately, this is acceptable, the criticisms.
Privately, they'll happily take the criticism.
If it's in Maranello and you're shouting at the engineers like, what are we doing here? That's calm. But if you're saying it in media, in the press box, which Hamilton and Leclerc both have been doing.
Yeah. Has anyone realized that these articles come out? Literally, they say something negatively, the next day, something comes out. Leclerc.
So what would you say? What would you say to Leclerc fans and Hamilton fans that don't understand what's going on?
That you cannot, if you're employed by Ferrari, you cannot speak ill of Ferrari in public unless you are absolutely Teflon. But even when it was Braun, Schumacher, and John Todd days, they didn't speak negatively about Ferrari. They were protecting the engineers. The 2005 car, the press tried to get one of the main designers sacked. Dumfries said, no. It's the tires. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't
You
worry
said
about it.
Bonotto and Andrea Stella and them are bulletproof. They're
Bro, they were
protected by the organization.
bro, them three were protecting people's lives in that organization. That mask disappeared in like 2010. 2010 is when people start getting fired for this stuff. AD 2010, the guy that made the call to pit Alonso got sacked. Bear in mind, his age mates Bonotto and Stella are now team principals, CEOs. This guy is working in Formula E now.
Don't box.
So this is the culture. You guys are like, oh, fire the engine. The engine doesn't been fired.
I said it was going to be a culture shock for team LH. I said this is going to be a very much culture shock because this is very different to Mercedes. Mercedes is very open. It's an open book about how they do things. Ferrari, you're not going to understand that Ferrari is bigger than the drivers. And you may counter and say Hamilton is bigger than Ferrari or Leclerc is bigger than Ferrari. How about no?
No. Please wait. Hamilton is a different thing. Leclerc, absolutely not. Leclerc lives off Ferrari juice.
Leclerc is famous via Ferrari. I hear that still. Hamilton's own entity, his own thing. You know what I'm saying? He's famous in his own global right. But what's more famous, Hamilton as a person or somebody seeing a Ferrari on the street?
The brand.
The car, innit?
Yeah, the car.
I could go to the middle of nowhere. They know what a Ferrari car looks like. And that's how, I'm not saying that personally. I'm saying this is what Ferrari are thinking in their head.
Yeah. And the shareholder value, innit, bruv? You're there
like,
going...
This affects our sales. If Lewis Hamilton, of such a big brand and equity, is saying X, Y, Z about Ferraris, guess what? This is going to impact our car sales. This can't run. This affects our brand image. Which obviously reflects the magnitude of how big Lewis Hamilton is and his brand. But there's what Ferrari said, our brand's bigger. It's more important than this stupid Formula 1 team.
Bro, Elkan's there.
That's what Elkan's basically saying.
Yeah.
And the fans are not happy, bro. But remember, I quoted it on Twitter and nobody noticed it, yeah? The last couple of months, bro, Ferrari are linked to bare drivers, bro.
Yeah.
That's not an accident. That's them doing warner shots through Italian media.
Hey, remember when I told you,
man? They said Bortoletto. Oh, we're looking at Bortoletto. Piastri, that's in Italian media. Bearman, that's in Italian media. What's that for? There's a reason.
Remember when I tweeted, yeah? I said, why is everyone so sure that it'll be Lewis that's going if Bearman comes in? There's something going on. There's beef going on between these groups.
The thing is, yeah, somebody will say Ferrari would never fire Leclerc or Ferrari would never fire Hamilton. I've seen these guys phase out Schumacher,
bro. They phased out Schumacher.
And this is prime Schumacher. This ain't old man Schumacher. This is prime Schumacher.
They phased out Schumacher. Raikkonen was world champion, put aside. Alonso put aside. Vettel fired. Like, they put aside, like, Prost got fired. Like, every driver.
Look at the names of the people that got fired. Man said Prost got fired. Kimi got fired. Schumacher got let go. He got put in the. He got literally put on gardening leave. I'm seeing Kimi drive the whip to a championship, and I'm seeing Schumacher sitting there posted.
Oh.
What's that? Can you hear me? Is the mic on? Okay. What's that iconic image of Lewis Hamilton driving through Monaco and Schumacher's wearing Ferrari gear, watching him from the hill, right? So everybody's like, oh, this is such an aura image. This brother's on gardening leave, bro. They put him on the kitchen shelf, bro. Schumacher should be in the 07 Monaco qualifying. Why is he sitting there? It's not of his own accord. This is how brutal Ferrari. Kimi won the championship in 2007, bro. Then very next year, 08, man seen preferential strategy and everything for Massa. They said we're good.
Yeah, but that had a rule. That was like Ferrari had a rule basically going, you have until France. Whoever's in front of by France, we're backing them the rest of the season.
Yeah, but there were certain points after France where Kimi was better than Massa, bro.
Hey, you have to hold that. It was that 2007. There were certain races where Massa was cooking. You just get out of the way.
That's it.
Bro, they made Michael Schumacher come back from injury in 1999. Man broke his leg. They caught man kicking ball, said, your leg's fine. Come race. You're doing the number. You're number 2 to Eddie Irvine. These men do not give a damn.
So the moral of the story for Leclerc and Hamilton fans is don't think you're too big to not get sacked.
Yeah.
I think Ferrari would prefer a McLaren situation in terms of they can control the drivers. They want drivers they can control. In some essence, they control Leclerc. Leclerc's is under the spell. You understand what I'm saying? You would have to get somebody from outside to kind of knock him out that spell and say, look, it's green on the other side. But maybe they want some. Like, that's why you hear sort of stuff like Bortoletto and Bearman. That Bortoletto Bearman, they can control these guys. Then I will give you a shot. All right.
I'm gonna say one thing about the Leclerc thing. That spell, if Lando Norris wins this season and George Russell wins next season, the spell's over. It's over. If it's like he's P4 in the championship because the car's mid, the spell's gone.
I think even now, him watching Norris fighting for a championship, his head is gone.
Oh, his head is gone. But he wrote on the freaking board, I'm going to be world champion. His head's gone, man. It's a beautiful thing to see.
His head is fried. He's watching Norris and he's like, fuck's sake. Because in his head, he's like, I'm better than Norris. Why is he? And I've been in Formula 1 longer than this guy. What do you mean? And I've been at a top team longer than this guy. This guy was a midfield driver for a midfield team. All of a sudden, they come out of nowhere. He said he's gone. But anyways, Leclerc did well in qualifying. Managed to slap it on P3.
Sensational lap, to be fair to him.
Like, out of nowhere. Leclerc, Norris made it a bit hard for himself. Bit of wind got him on turn 1. So he's in these pressurized situations. You think he's evolved in that sense? Do you think Norris of past years wouldn't put that lap to go?
Yeah, I think because he just manages the situation better now. So it's like, for example, he talked about the fact that he doesn't have the updates on his steering wheel anymore. He's like, I'm just going to drive.
No delta.
No delta. Just
low-key delta fucks me up on Gran Turismo when I'm watching it. If I know I'm up, I'm going to bottle it. Last 2 corners, I'm going to bottle it.
The last corner, you just go, let me just make it around the corner safe.
And then you drop bare time.
You're like, fuck, I should just said it.
And how many laps earlier in the season when he did have the delta on, he kept on doing that shit?
Yeah.
Like in Jeddah, for example, when he clotted in the wall, man was down on the delta from the first corner. He's like, no, fuck this. He started doing a mad thing. I was like, brother, calm down. You saw he's down on delta. His head was gone. Like, calm down, bro. But look, that was an outstanding qualifying lap. Wait, man put what, 4 attempts on his teammate,
bro.
These are the gaps we saw last year, bro. It's just back to norms between him and the Piastri, bro. So you can say, oh yeah, what we're gonna talk about in the race kind of effed him up, but bro, you can't be. You ain't got a hope in hell if you're qualifying that far behind your team, and you're letting Kimi, Antonelli, and Leclerc in a shit box at qualifying, and a car that's 2 tenths clear of the rest of the field. Spooky, man. Hulkenberg, first Q3, fantastic work. No, I think a lot of people did their thing, man.
Yeah,
qualifying, man.
V-Carb guys.
It was aware. Bearman absolutely was cooking insane, yeah, to the point where his Q2 lap would have been on the front row.
Do you know what happened? You know when you get a bit too gassed, and like Basically, he got a nosebleed. Like, he was a bit too high up here, thinking, raw, I could get pole. And then
Got too excited.
Got too excited, and they needed to calm him down and be like, prep the tires properly. Just like, you know what you need to do. Got too excited and then messed up Q3. But you know what? The endorphins were there.
Pierre Gasly, what is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas, in Q3?
Bro, the Alpine was not terrible, and he said, "I'm locking in." Because the past couple races he was battling with Colapinto. He said, "Yo, we can get points. I'm driving real now."
Do you think Gasly looks at his career and think, how the hell did I get here? How did I end up here?
Yes.
Because
it's his own fault.
He's in an Alpine fighting for his life. And Yuki Tsunoda is in Red Bull Racing.
Yeah, but he had his chance.
He dunked on Yuki.
But he had his chance in Red Bull. They don't like him.
Surely he does a better job than Yuki does, you know.
Yeah, but again,
he had his. But listen, of all the people, he had 6 months. He had 6 months for it.
Yeah, but he didn't get fired for bad performance. He got fired because they don't like him.
He's not because he was chatting shit to Newey.
Yeah. So it's like Albon got a full season because they like him.
They still like him. No one's telling him to Silverstone 2021 reenactments, bro. They love him.
Yeah, they love Albon.
And he developed the 2022 car and developed it. They love him. They'll put him in the car right now.
Perez, they did everything to keep him in the seat until it just became a point. It was like, this is impossible now.
Apparently, Albon had a contract at Red Bull to go back to replace Perez. That was a thing. That wasn't even fake. That was real. Apparently, he chose Williams.
You know what? Fair enough, man. I hear it.
Spooky. Let's talk about the race itself. Because we had an incident and we need to speak about it. I know you waited 50 minutes to speak about it. Maybe we should have spoken about it at the beginning. We'll talk about our things, man. We're going to do it the way we want to do it. Incident, safety car restart. Lando Norris sets it off with Antonelli behind him with Charles Leclerc and Oscar Piastri. Antonelli gets a slow start off the restart. Norris just done him. Let's be honest. And Antonelli had Oscar in his inside, and there was a collision. Oscar into Antonelli into Leclerc, and Leclerc DNF. What's your takes on this? Who's at fault here? Who's to be blamed?
Okay, so there's two lines of thought and argument. So in my common sense argument, Antonelli's at fault because he cuts across Piastri because he knew Piastri's on the inside. And then they messed up. He had the wheel spin. He was slow on the restart. Charles and Oscar rushed him. He was in the middle of the sandwich and he cuts across Oscar Piastri. So if anyone's at blame, it's Antonelli. But in my eyes, it's a racing incident and tough luck. But because we have stupid rules that don't rely on common sense and guidelines, Piastri gets a penalty because he locked up and he wasn't alongside enough. And that's just the rules that we live in Formula One. So the steward's decision is technically correct, but the whole thing's a farce and a bit silly. Because Antonelli cuts across, there was space. Like we saw there was space. So
my problem is that, okay, by letter of the law, if you're talking about front axle, mirror alongside, being in control, obviously there's a lockup for them. They see a lockup as not being in control. By the letter of the book and the FIA and the way they govern it, yeah, it's a penalty, right? But one thing I've noticed that they do which they've been doing for a couple of years, is the stewards can apply context to it and apply common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for example, last year, Cota 2024, when basically Lando gets sent to New Mexico on the outside, but he kept the position. So they gave him a penalty, a 10-second penalty, and they reduced it to 5 because they were like, he was forced off track by Verstappen. So he didn't really have nowhere to go, right? So there should be kind of some leniency applied to it. So if it was a standard textbook 10, maybe it's a 5 or it's a racing incident and stuff like that. I don't think that was applied here because I think the only acceptable thing is to say is either a racing incident or if you have to do it by the letter of the law, give them a 5. So that's a good one. 10 is just like you're basically just seeing a lockup and you've made your decision. So basically, Formula One, if you lock up, you're done. Apart from if you're Max Verstappen, if you lock up, you're to blame.
Yeah,
is this what
pretty
we're doing now? Because that's your indication of somebody not being in control. When Oscar Piastri was very much in control, he's trying to back out because he realized this guy's closing the door. He's like, let me just slow down here because this guy doesn't know I exist right now. Ironically, he did what? Because people talk about Cota on the sprint race, lap 1, whatever, and then initially people like even Zach Brown and stuff was saying, "Oh, this is Hulkenberg's fault, whatever, or why these cars got taken out." It's because Oscar Piastri did the same thing as Antonelli. He's driving like nobody's about. Nobody's in his inside. That nobody exists. Tried to do a switchback, a race start, with the whole pack right next to you. How are you going to do a switchback? Same way with Antonelli. Antonelli was driving like nobody was in the inside. Maybe he was head lost because he got done by Norris. Man was going way slower than everybody else behind him.
Bro, yeah, he got rushed, and there's one where, like, Leclerc's an innocent victim in this one, and
Leclerc gave him bare space because he knew Oscar or Antonelli was going to do fuckery. He's like, let me stay here.
Yep.
Let me stay away from you guys. To the point where he locked up himself. He was like, let me stay so far away from you guys. And he still got this residual hit. And he probably had the pace to be P2.
Yeah.
But I would say racing incident. I wouldn't say you have to, people are saying blame Antonelli. Antonelli shouldn't get a penalty.
No, it's not a penalty. It's just one where
I think it's just racing incident.
If you tell someone, don't do that again, you go to Antonelli and go, don't do that again.
In that point, after that point, obviously, Piastri kept the position and stayed P2, right? In my mind, I was like, okay, now you got to sail off to the distance and build a gap. But it didn't happen. He just got Norris dunked on his head, dunked time on his head top. So I don't know if he had damage or something was wrong, but he just didn't build the gap that he needed to build. The pace was slow, man.
I won't say he was slow because I put it this way.
In comparison to the car in front of him.
I don't think so. I think they were just
in that stint. I don't think at the end, I think Piastri got his pace back. I'm saying in that particular period, he needed to build the gap.
Yeah, but I don't think Norris was that far. I don't think, like, how can I say it? No one was fast. There was like,
was fast.
Yeah, but he had nuclear powerbomb engine, like, and fresh tires because he had a puncher. I sit there and go, like, if you look at the top cars, no one was fast. They were just all like hanging around. Like, it wasn't like, when Norris is normally at the front, he just ends up in a different postcode.
Yeah, but I just don't think the car was fast in general. They raised the ride height. So that's the whole reason. They raised the ride height after the sprint because they don't want to get de-skewed basically. And the tires were taking too much in the sprint race, which Oscar wasn't particularly happy with because it made the car uncomfortable to drive. And then he ended up. That's why I think he was a bit slow.
Yeah.
I just think the softs were so crap as well as a tire. And we're going to have to talk about this guy. The legend from the pit lane. Low key, This is one of his best drives ever.
Yeah.
Pit lane to P3. Could have won the race if they didn't box at the end.
No, he wasn't winning the race.
Well, you don't think he was going to win the race?
No, he would have had to do
because
something.
Norris would have to overtake him. He was a clock Norris.
Then he's not winning the race because he can't do nonsense in Brazil again. You're not getting away with it.
You're not gonna get away with it,
bro. If he did nonsense,
like the first time Norris overtook him, he took him on the straight. You can't chat to. You can't chat straight to. What are you gonna do? Move on the straight. You both DNF.
Yeah.
At the last bit, I don't. One thing people didn't clock. McLaren put the oldest mediums on in the last stint for Norris. Them mediums already had like 9 laps. There was not really much difference between Verstappen's tires, mediums, and Norris's tires.
Yeah, but I think the way Verstappen managed the mediums wasn't set up to survive the race.
Wait,
he would have just been slow.
He cooked him.
Yeah, he cooked them.
So what? So before he boxed for softs, he was like, "These are slow."
Yeah, because they asked him, they're like, "How are the tires?" They were asking him like, "How are the tires?" Kind of like, "Do you think you can make it?" And he was there, going, "I don't know." Like that, you know, when like man, no, they'd be like, "Yeah, I can do it," or "Let's roll the dice, we can do it."
Yeah, like when Norris is like, "Yeah, let me just stay out."
Yeah, Norris like, let's stay out, or us to be like, "Yeah, let's go, one stop, we're going for the glory." He didn't give none of that energy, so they said just box him, put softs on and work, and tell him, do some management, you'll be all right.
I think the puncher was a blessing for him.
Yeah.
In the sense of, if he did that first stint on hards, he'd be nowhere. He'd be absolutely nowhere. Because look what happened to Alonso. Because he decided to put hards on. His race was done. And that was basically Red Bull's strategy. Let's stick the hards on, we'll go. The second he got put, he did 2 stints on mediums. That's what he had. Mediums was the best tire. He cooked the whole grid. He's rapid. Then Antonelli at the end nearly got him. No, he nearly got Antonelli. But I just think by the time he got to him, the sauce was cooked. It was over. Dirty, yeah. And the traction on the Mercedes is insane. The last corner. Onto the front straight. But yeah, Verstappen, man, this is what I'm saying. He's like for me as a McLaren fan, he's a bad smell in the room, man. Just go away, bro. I thought when I saw qualifying, I said, that's it. It's a McLaren 1-2 in the championship. I don't need to see this guy. Get this guy out of it.
I was doing knee slides in my house. I was like, yes. I was like.
I think this is. People are going to say I'm crazy, but 100% this is better driving in 2024.
Then what?
Brazil 24.
Oh yeah, Brazil 24 was a lot.
Brazil 24, man had a red flag, yeah, and was getting pocketed by Alpine drivers. And got pocketed by Leclerc for a while.
Bro.
Before the red flag. So I'm not saying that I just don't. I think if there was no red flag, I don't think he goes any higher than P4 in a race. And it's Russell and Norris. They got shagged. They boxed. They're cooked. If they just stayed out with a red flag, there's no way he's catching them, man.
Bro, Russell's radio that year was the funniest thing I've ever heard, bro. He was livid because he was like because the box Lando basically to do the opposite of whatever Russell was doing, and then they're like, oh, box. I was like, it's gonna red flag in a second. Like someone's gonna bin it. It's gonna be red flag. Then they box him.
He just needs to survive.
Yeah, they box him. He comes out of these new inters. He's slow, and then someone bins it. And he's like,
"You guys are idiots."
These guys, bro.
The worst thing is, when like that period of time just before they boxed, yeah, that gap wasn't changing. The gap between Russell and Norris and the rest of those men. That gap wasn't getting smaller. They weren't catching him. It was stabilized. So unless when it was a red flag and then they do a restart, standing start, and Verstappen cooks on that bit, I don't see how he wins the race. But this one, this is just pure pace, just cooking, absolute cooking. No red flag nonsense. He got a puncher. If he doesn't get the puncher, he probably finishes ahead of Antonelli. Actually, no, because he will be in the hards.
I think puncher saved his life.
Yeah, because he went on mediums. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Verstappen, man. Right now, best driver on the grid. Thank God he qualified P16. But
no, the funny thing is, because he qualified P16, just slapped a powerbomb engine in there and fixed the set of the car. It was good.
You're thinking if he didn't qualify P16, he would have just done a P5 or something?
Yeah,
P4.
He would
have the pace. Sprint race, he didn't have the pace. He couldn't chat to the Mercedes at all in this sprint race. So yeah. Anybody you want to mention from the rest?
Oliver Bearman keeping up the good work. P6, best of the rest again. Like he's in contention with Hulkenberg and Hadjar in the championship now.
Let me check the standings for you. Driver standings. He is P11, 40 points. Hadjar 43, Hulkenberg 43. So he can literally. Actually, best of the rest is already Albon. It's done.
Yeah, it's Albon. It's gone.
Nobody's catching him. So yeah, he'll be after Albon basically if he does. He's in a 4-way. He's got the same points as Fernando Alonso. This fight is a bit crazy, you know. Bro, I'm just looking now, bro. Ocon 30 points, Stroll 32, Lawson 36, Sainz 38, Alonso 40, Bearman 40, Hadjar 43, Hulkenberg 43. That is an insane battle. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda 28. That's an insane. Yuki Tsunoda one podium, one P4. He's flying up there.
Yeah. He's
going straight to P9 in the standings.
Bro, I'm telling you, that Rookie of the Year battle is loading something delicious, man.
Anybody else? The rest. Is there ICU nomination? I see you. You're stinking, and I see you. You don't know.
I don't know. Because it's Yuki smacked Stroll for no reason.
And then he got sacrificed by his team.
Then he got sacrificed by his team. Colapinto, we know what he is. Like I had stock in the junior categories. When he made it to F1, I sold it well.
I said I know what you are.
Yeah, but I said this was like a random investment saying there's a small chance you can make it if you make it good.
For me, Carlos Sainz, I can see, bro.
I tweeted he's in the cycle, man. He's in his mid-cycle. Because he had his cook session and he's going to be an ass. And then you remember, this is what Carlos Sainz is. He's going to have another random cook session and you'll be like, oh yeah, Carlos. Serious guy. He's in the I'm terrible section of.
We're still in the phase of people thinking Carlos is better than Norris. We're still in that phase.
Well, that's just delusion, man.
They're like, oh, if he was in the McLaren right now, have the title wrapped up. Brother, he's going toe to toe with Albon and breathing like a dog, bro. Breathing heavy.
But I think that's also another false solution. But that's just again.
All right, we'll see. Obviously, it'll be a clean slate next year.
Next year, clean slate, new car, no excuses. Get it done.
All right, driver of the day.
Okay, I'm gonna have. I leave that one. Those two for you. Mine will be Oliver Bearman. Because again, best of the rest, overtakes, and fighting Liam Lawson after the sprint race, and giving him the finger.
Yeah. He G-checked it. I said straight away. I said Zach Brown put him in the shortlist. We'll go stand. If Ferrari don't give him a seat, we'll give him one.
I said, yeah, I need that. And then honorable mention to Pierre Gasly, because why are Alpine getting points? That is a sensational drive.
I don't think Alpine even know that they got points. See the post they put? The post they put up, guys? Go on their Twitter right now. They said 0 points, and they put United Nations flags. Every race we got 0 points. And then they said Brazil flag. Was it 1 point?
Is 2 points, because one in each session.
These brothers in Banbury are starving, bro. Is it Banbury?
No,
Enstone. Are starving. They're starving.
This is, yeah.
This could have been Oscar Piastri's fate. If he didn't put that tweet up, this could have been his fate, bro. Him and Gasly just fighting for that. No, him and Gasly fighting for their lives.
Oh, good Lord.
But, all right. It's all good. For my driver of the day, it has to be Max Verstappen. I would say it's a tie with Norris, because Norris didn't do anything wrong. Norris literally dunked on the grid. Man got like a mega weekend in terms of just P1 in every session, just dunking on everybody. But yeah, I'll give it to Verstappen. I'll say that's top 3 driver is top 3. Actually, not top 5. I think his best drive ever is Cobra 21. That's his best drive. That
was serious stuff.
That's hoops. That's his best drive. But anyways, stink of the weekend.
It has to be Bortoletto. That is just, crash.
Listen,
it's a stinker, man. In front of your friends and family, bro. You live around the...
Yeah. No, but that's home crowd tax, man. Rookie home crowd tax, man. Look what Bearman was doing in front of family and friends in pit lane.
That's in practice, bro. Actually, the race was a stick as well.
Red flag. Look what he did in pit lane, bro. In the pit entry, don't piss me off. That's home crowd tax, bro. It's crazy. Oh yeah, a random fact. Why did Lando Norris win his home race? The only driver to win his home race, and he won everybody else's home race. He won all the other drivers' home race.
He didn't win
apart from Max. Oh, he didn't win Spain. No, you're right. No, okay, McLaren won everybody else's home race. Because Piastri won in Spain and he won in Zandvoort.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Japan. You got to get Yuki off the grid, bro.
Oh, Yuki, man. You ruined it, man. Ruining it. Actually, they wouldn't even win Monza either, bro. Kimi as well, ruining it. But we took a Monaco chain. We took a Brazil chain. You get me? Sergio Perez was there. We took an O-World chain. We took a Perez chain. You get me? We took he took Piastri's chain in Australia. And he took his home race as well. So Norris is the only person that won his home race, basically. My stink of the weekend, I'll whisper it. Sir Lewis Hamilton. I think this is the first time ever he's been nominated on this platform. Stink of the weekend. It's done. Just back it up and just let's go next year, man. Get in the sim. Start speaking to engineers and that. Okay, how are these new cars going to be? It's done for this year. Back out.
I got one more in me in Vegas.
It might get a Vegas pody. That will be. This is also funny. Every time on the timeline, I'm seeing, these are the Max needs to win every race, and Norris needs to be second in every race, or Piastri needs to be second in every race, whatever. Brother, I'll tell you now, this might not even be a Red Bull McLaren podium. This might just be Ferrari Mercedes. This track it's 3 degrees outside, bro. It's splits. And it's public roads, bro. Max could be driving in the straight, a drain's gonna hit him, bro. This is a random place. This is a random track. Look what Mercedes did to the grid last year. They were nowhere, bro. At the back end of that season. They were nowhere. Look what they did.
That was one of the...
Hamilton was way back. Man said, I'm going to dunk on everybody and end up P2. If Hamilton qualified further up, it would have just been a battle between them two.
That was the funniest race in the history of races, yeah. Because I remember I bet on the race, yeah. Because I was like, I was sat somewhere. I was at a concert. I was there going, "Hey, George's gonna win in Vegas." Just slapped the bet on, and then I was there. I was like, when Hamilton got P2 and was closing George Russell, I was like, "Yo, drive, bro! Like, what are you doing?"
Nah, man, that was a mature lights the flag drive, man.
It was,
He's doing what Lando's doing now. That's what he did. He's just like, let me just this is all me, man. I'm good.
The thing is, he was driving slow. He was driving so slowly that when he got to 5 seconds, the engineer was on the video was like, "Bro, drive! Like, what are you doing?"
So
And
Hamilton's coming.
he finally started driving like he finally did some proper lap times until his tires fell off. I was like, God damn.
So I would say the biggest enemy to Piastri and Verstappen's title charge right now is what happens in Vegas. Because if Mercedes do a 1-2, or it's a Mercedes 1-2 with a Ferrari on a 3, you might not scooping enough points to catch Norris.
No,
You've
you'd
cooked
have
yourself.
to pray. You'd have to pray for another Norris 10-second stop goal penalty in Qatar.
You got to pay for something. You got to pray for something, because if you're finishing P4, P5, P6, whatever, and Norris is just chilling P6, that's not even a loss to him. That's not even a point loss to him. It's like, all right, cool. You might beat me, fine. I don't give a shit. If you're not getting a win or podium position, this is what I'm saying. This is the biggest spanner in the works. So any person that's doing them calculations out there, McLaren ain't finishing the podium, bro. We might get a cheeky P3. We're not finishing podium in Vegas, bro.
I just sit there and go, just let Vegas happen, bro. Vegas is Vegas, bro. I mean, like, you, man, wake up at 4 a.m, get it cracking.
Yeah. So overtaking the weekend.
Ooh.
Man, don't know. You know it happens every pod, and you still don't know. You didn't know it in your mind.
You know what is, yeah? There was a bunch of good overtakes, but there wasn't one that blew my mind. Did someone get someone in the middle sector?
Verstappen.
Give it Max then. He got a man in the middle sector.
What's the name? Piastri as well. Piastri dunked us on middle sector.
I should give it Oscar then. Yeah, we'll give it Oscar. Look, everyone knows
anybody that's overtaken sector 2.
Yeah, because obviously
it's random place to overtake somebody.
Yeah,
I forgot who it was, but Oscar did somebody. He did something dirty. Was it Bearman? I don't know. Can't remember.
Probably Bearman or one of the V carbs.
Yeah, he cooked one of them. Might be Lawson. I think it was Lawson.
Which is funny because Lawson had he's probably second best F1 weekend ever this weekend.
We're gonna get you out of there. We're gonna get you out of F1, bro. Don't worry.
No. He might be able to stay for 1 year.
Look at this. This guy said, "Get Yuki the F out of here." And I'm telling you right now, Yuki's small performances at the beginning of the season at V-Carb was better than what Lawson's done at this whole
time. I agree. But it's one of the ones where, to put this way, both of them will be going soon. Just one after the other. But Lawson provides enough entertainment by his dumb driving that he's a bit of a chaos factor, in it. So you got to keep him around.
I said he's the new Latifi.
No, Magnussen, man. You know, you get a cook session one weekend and some dumb driving the next.
He's gonna hit someone as a front runner one day. It's gonna be funny.
Just gotta make sure it's not your guy.
Well, Antonelli's chalking off the list, man, of the people he's hitting. You know what I'm saying? That is caused the DNF. So Leclerc got it. Verstappen's got it. Did Russell get it? No, Russell didn't get it yet.
Leclerc's got it twice now.
Leclerc's got it twice. He's a victim. He's just thinking, I need to take out the Papaya boys now. Get me? That's why Norris is like, please get this guy away from me, man. He's like, why CP2 all the time? Get him away from me. Anyways, thank you for listening, guys. We'll be back on the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Follow us on all socials. And peace out. Peace.